All right, back at it, talking more RV sales process. And today we're talking about, why you should explain your buying process to your potential customers and clients. It mainly be it mainly starts with human nature. Humans, you, me, and most people, we don't like surprises. We don't want to go into a place and not know what's going on, right? Like we want to know what's going on. We don't like to go to an event and not know where to check in and not know, let's say we go to a 5K, a 5K run. And we don't know where the check-in is when we get there. We don't know where the starting line is. We don't know the path we're going to take because it's not marked very well. And we don't know where the finish line is. So we come to a 5K thinking that we're going to run a race, but we don't know where the check-in, don't know the starting line, don't can you see how that would not be enjoyable? And the same thing happens when a customer comes into an RV dealership because they come into an RV dealership and they don't know the process, right? What are you going to take them from this unit to that unit to this? Are you going to ask them this? Are you going to do that? Like, what's the rhyme and reason behind the sales process or behind what we're going to do when I come into your RV dealership or when I call your RV dealership? Again, if we think about the race, where's the starting line? Where's the sign up? Where's the finish line? Is the route marked correctly? Is it marked easily for me to define? Easy enough for me to see where I'm going to go. And that same principle applies in RV sales because our customers in RV sales don't want to be surprised, just as you wouldn't want to be surprised when you get to a 5K or when you get to a certain event. So, as an RV salesperson, our job when we first meet our customers, when we first talk to them, is to explain our buying process, set our intentions early, and what that allows you to do is it allows you to lower their guards, lower their defenses. It gets them comfortable with the process. It gets them knowing where they're going to go, and it gives them a well defined area to see where they're heading. But if you just go whimsical, right? We don't have a sales process. We don't explain our buying process when a customer comes in. Well, then it feels very, whimsical. It feels very bouncy. Like, boom, we're here, we're there. What's the reason for all this stuff? Then I feel like I'm wasting time. And the last thing we want our customer to do is feel that angst and feel like they're wasting time. So, as RV salespeople, we have to start explaining our buying process so that our customers understand where they're going to go, right? And again, by explaining your buying process, this is also going to allow you as a salesperson to set the process that you want to take your customer through. So you're kind of putting the ball in your own court by explaining your buying process first and explaining it early because, again, customers don't like surprises. And also, you're going to get your customer to agree to go through your buying process right after you explain it to them. So the way that I like to do that is right from the very beginning. When I'm meeting my customer, when they first walk into the dealership and I'm shaking their hand, what I'm going to do, I'm going to shake their hand with the same firmness that they shake mine, because what that tells them is that I'm just like them. I'm cooperative, and I'm not over the top, right? Basically it conveys I'm just like you. So I shake their hand. Hey, my name's Chris. Welcome to the dealership. What can I help you find? And they're going to say, hey, well, we came in. We're not looking to buy anything yet. We're just kind of researching. We wanted to see the different floor plans and the layouts and just learn a little bit more about them, because eventually we want to buy an RV, but today we're not going to buy one. And I'm going to say, okay, great, let me ask you this: have you ever bought from our dealership before? Boom. Now I'm going right into explaining my buying process. As you see, we're 1 minute into the conversation. We're 1 minute into the sales process, and I'm already moving into explaining my buying process, because as I explain my buying process, I'm going to get the customer to lower their defenses and agree to go through it with me. So this is how it would sound. Hey, let me ask you this: have you ever bought anything from our dealership before? They're going to say yes. They're going to say no. It does not matter what they say because we're going to follow up with the same word track or the same kind of rebuttal in a sense. They're going to say yes. They're going to say no. I'm going to say, okay, great. Well, the reason that we do, or the way that we do business here at XYZ dealership is, we like to learn exactly what you're looking for. So we sit you down at our desk. We ask you who, what, when, where, why, and how questions so that we can really dig in, learn what you're going to be using the RV for. That way we can show you an RV that's actually going to meet your needs, right? We have a lot of inventory here and you'll waste a lot of time if you look, through them all. So, like I said, we like to learn what you're looking for. Once I do learn what you're looking for, then I'm going to look down my inventory and I'm going to make sure that there's even an RV that will meet your needs. Because if there's not, I don't want to waste your time. I just want to tell you that. So I'm going to look through my inventory. I'm going to see if there's an RV that perfectly meets your needs. If there are, then we'll take a look at, we'll go out to the lot. We'll take a look at one or two RVs that meet your needs specifically. Once we look at those, we'll come back into my desk. I'll show you the numbers. That way you will know what you have to pay cash or a monthly payment for that RV. And if it's the right RV, you'll buy it. If it's not the right RV, I won't even ask you to buy it. Does that sound fair enough? And once you ask that, does that sound fair enough to the customer? Because the sales process, because what I just outlaid to them is fair, most of the time they're going to say, yeah, that sounds fair. Right? Because what did I tell them when I was explaining my buying process? I told them that I'm going to find you an RV, or I told you first, I'm going to ask you questions so that I can learn what you're looking for. If you're a customer, you want your salesperson to know what you're looking for because they need to know that information so that they can provide you with an RV, a product, or a service that meets your needs. So this is customer centric. This is all based off of what the customer needs. And the questions I'm asking are geared towards how can I help my customer the most? Okay. So we're going to ask them, who, what, when, where, why, and how. Right. So that's the first thing we're going to say. Hey, we're going to sit you down. I'm going to take you to my desk. Right. And I'm telling you, I'm taking you to my desk. I'm sitting you down because I don't want to ask you who, what, when, where, why, and how standing in the middle of the showroom or walking around the lot. That's not what I want to do. I want to interview you at my desk. So first, hey, we're going to go sit down at my desk. I'll ask you some questions about, what you're looking for. That way I can make sure I'll find you the perfect RV that meets your needs. Next part, once I ask you enough questions, right? So now I'm saying, hey, I might ask you a good amount of questions, but once I'm done asking questions, I will have a perfect viewpoint of the RV that you're looking for, right? So then I'll say, hey, once I ask enough questions to figure out exactly what you're looking for, then I'm going to look through my inventory to make sure I even have an RV that'll meet your needs. Again, customer centric. Once I learn what you're looking for, well, now let me just double check my inventory just to make sure that we even have something that meets your needs. Because if we don't, I don't want to waste your time. Right. So again, customer centric. I'm thinking about my customer's time. I'm making sure we have something that meets their needs. If they're looking for a black pencil and the only thing I sell at my RV dealership is red pencils, then I'm not going to be able to sell you an RV. And I shouldn't sell you an RV that meets your needs because all that's going to do is create a negative connotation or negative perception of your dealership because you'll be full of a dealership with a bunch of salespeople that don't actually provide value to their customers. All they do is sell RVs when they get a random lucky deal. And that's not the kind of salesperson we want to be. We want to be a salesperson that adds value to our customer's life and is able to sell an RV to any customer that walks through the door, even the one that tells me they're not buying in 5 or 10 years. Okay, so again, I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to ask you questions, learn exactly what you're looking for. First, I'm going to sit you down at my desk. I'm going to ask you questions to learn exactly what you're looking for. Once I learn exactly what you need, I'm going to take a look at my inventory to make sure we even have anything that meets your needs because I don't want to waste your time. If we do have an RV that meets your needs, we'll go out and take a look at 1 or 2 RVs. We're not looking at 3, 4, 5, or 10 or 20. We're not walking around the lot all day. We'll take a look at 1 or 2 RVs that meet your needs specifically. and I know which ones do because I know what you need because of my interview. And now I'm going to show you one or two RVs that meet your needs specifically. Once I show you those RVs, next what we'll do is we'll come back into my desk, back into my office. I'll sit you down. I'll show you what those RVs would cost in a monthly payment or for cash out the door. And if it's the right RV for you, you'll buy it. If it's not the right RV, I won't even ask you to buy it. Does that sound fair enough? Boom. And then when they say, yeah, that sounds fair, Chris. Well, now what I was just able to do was I was just able to get them to agree to go through my buying process. I got them to agree to answer my who, what, when, where, why, how questions in the interview and qualify, and enough so that I can learn your needs, your wants, your desires, right? Not just 3 questions. I'm going to ask you a lot. So I got permission to do that. Once I ask questions, now I got permission to go take you out to the lot, show you those RVs. Because again, once we look at the inventory to make sure we have something that meets your needs, then we're going to go out to the lot and take a look. So now I got you to agree to go out to the lot and take a look at 2 RVs that meet your needs specifically. Okay, once we take a look at those RVs, then we're going to come back into my office. We're going to take a look at the numbers. We're going to let you know what it would cost you in a cash payment or in a monthly payment to buy this RV today. If it's the right RV, you'll buy it. If it's not, I won't even ask you to buy it. Does that sound fair enough? And when they say, yes, that sounds fair, well, now they just agreed to go through that process. They agreed to sit down. They agreed to be questioned. They agreed to go out and look at the RVs and be demoed the RVs. They agreed to come back in and look at the numbers, and they agreed to buy it if it was the right RV. And if it's not the right RV, you won't even ask them to buy it. But the caveat here is you know that it's the right RV because you did that in the very beginning. So there should be no holdup at the close. If you did your job in the very beginning, it will be the right RV. So now you can say something like, well, hey, I should told you that if it was the right RV, you'd buy it. This is the perfect RV for you. It checks X, Y, Z box. It does everything you need. It does everything you said you wanted it to. Buy it today. Sign right here. Right. So that's kind of why we're going to explain our buying process and why we should explain our buying process early, because customers don't want the surprises. They don't want to go through some whimsical sales process where they feel like the salesperson doesn't know what they're doing or has no rhyme or reason behind it. Right. And then in addition to that, it allows you to outlay your sales process that you want your customer to go through so that you can check all the boxes you need to close the deal, right? Because to close a deal today, we need a customer. We need a customer to walk through an RV, right? We need a customer to like the RV. We need a customer to look at the numbers. And then we need the customer to sign the purchase agreement and maybe go through financing or get their cash. And that's the next step. But we cannot get to the close if we don't get to the numbers. We cannot get to the numbers if we don't find the perfect RV. We can't find the perfect RV if we don't do a good interview and qualify. And we can't do a good interview and qualify if we don't get our customers' agreement to allow us to take them through that. So it all works together. It all goes from A to Z. And if you want to close more deals, it starts by explaining your buying process. If you're an RV salesperson or a salesperson in general having trouble with the deal, make sure you go grab the book, Sell More, Live More Sales Training. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on Barnes and Noble. The link is in the description. That book will take you through the sales process A to Z. If you're a dealership or a business that needs more customer leads, or maybe you need sales training for your dealership, that's what we do here at IMR. We bring more customers to your dealership and business. We help your sales team close more deals by giving them sales training. And if that's something that you could use at your dealership or business, then give me a call directly. I'd love to share my program with you. It won't take too long, 5 or 10 minutes. Give me a call, 330-703-3930. Again, 330-703-3930. Give me a call. I'd love to share my program with you, explain how we can get more customers into your dealership, and also show you our different sales training programs that we can offer. We have online sales training. If you're an RV salesperson, you can sign up for that individually, right? Maybe you're, not a dealership owner. Maybe you're just a salesperson that wants to close more deals. Well, go sign up for the Sell More, Live More sales training. You can do that at sellmorelivemore.net. The link is in the description as well. But go to sellmorelivemore.net, sign up for the RV sales training program. The program's roughly around $9.97 a month, or around $100 for the whole program. So it's very inexpensive, and it'll pay itself off right after you do the program. So go buy the program, sellmorelivemore.net, get that RV sales training program. Again, if you're a dealership or business that needs more customer leads, or you need sales training, give me a call directly, 330-703-3930. Again, 330-703-3930. I'd love to help you, get more customers, close more deals, whether that's through customer leads or sales training. So give me a call. We're going to be talking about RV sales process all year long, and the sales process in general. So if you haven't connected with me on LinkedIn yet, hop over to LinkedIn, type in Chris Paulino, send me that connection request. I'll make sure to accept it. And if you haven't liked us on Facebook yet or subscribed to our YouTube channel, then hop over to Facebook, hop over to YouTube, type in Infinite Media Resources, give us a like, give us a subscribe. That way you can be here for the different sales and marketing content that we'll be putting out throughout the year. But, if we're an RV dealership salesperson, when we're at our dealerships this week, let's make sure we're explaining our buying process early, and let's make sure we're explaining a buying process that puts the ball in our court, one that gets us the interview, one that gets us the demo, one that gets us to the numbers, and one that gets us to the close, so that we can close more of our customers today instead of 5 years. I appreciate everybody that's been here and that keeps coming back. I'll see you at the next one.